Dirty trucking, dirty trucking. I told you, when they lie, and when they rain with the lie, it pours. They just won't stop their lies. So, told you, I don't like dealing with these people. They sit behind a computer and cause all these problems. And they just get on there telling me anything to get me upset. And I'm tired of it. If you think I won't take you to small claims court, you better think again. But I'm wondering, because I wanted to buy that car that I had. I really did. They told me it had to reach, the location told me it had to reach a certain mileage to pull it off, for sale. Now, when I got the car, I believe the car had 62,000 miles on it. When I turned it in, it had over 115 miles. I put all the miles on there in 7 months. So, and this is just a question. Then, I wonder, this Uber rental program and Lyft rental program. See, I don't know about the Lyft end, but I'm speaking on Uber's end. But period, just renting these cars to use for ride share. You end up with high mileage on the car. You end up with very high mileage on the car. When I turned that car in, I know for a fact that car was over 115,000, over 118,000. Matter of fact, due for an oil change when I turned it in. It was due for an oil change. I was over 118,000. Last oil change was 108,000. I turned it in at, I think that car was probably at 119,000, probably 120 when I turned it in on the 8th. It was due for an oil change when I turned it in. 118,000 miles on the car. And I believe when I got the car, I had 62,000 on there, somewhere around it. It was like 62 something, I believe. I put all the miles on there in 7 months. Now, I was wondering, now you got all these vehicles, you renting from these rental locations. All these cars was up here with Florida plates. All these cars up in Florida plates. I'm just wondering, I'm just saying stuff, since they like to lie to me. Let's go on and figure out what's all this lying about. Why you lying? Why you doing all this lying about me owing 140? 140 I don't owe. You should have just extended the rental, because now this is going to turn into a bigger problem. Because now this is going to turn into a bigger problem if what I'm thinking going on is going on. Now, one, I know you're stealing because you took $367.55. Now, they able to come up with an invoice for the $140.55, but you never came up with nothing proving that I owed that $367. And matter of fact, that $367.55 was paid during this same week that they talking about I owe $140.52. You took $367.55 and then turn around on the 5th, charged me $140.52 out of a debit card, off a debit card that was closed. The $367, the debit card was still open, but the $140, it wasn't. I disputed both of those as fraud. The bank came back and said the $367 was valid. So they removed the temporary credit they had out my account. So Hertz received $367.55 for something that was unauthorized and I don't know about. I didn't receive any text message for automated billing saying that they were charging my card $367.55. That's problem number one. Then I didn't receive anything saying you were charging me $140.55. I was in the location when that charge would have generated. Nothing. This just popped up this is from 4 months ago. It popped up 3 weeks ago. Matter of fact, 2 weeks for the bill issue. 3 weeks ago, you said it was a car on there. 2 weeks ago, you said I owed $140, and then I didn't. Then I'm not on the do not rent list, and you extended the rental. And now this week, I'm back on $140 and back on the do not rent list. So, dirty trucking like to think, these cars has very high mileage on it. The ones Uber and Avis is using, letting them use their partner program. And these rental cars do sell their cars. You can go on their list, see what cars is available. But I know for a fact that these cars are used as Uber rental cars. I know they say they pull them off when they reach a certain mileage. What is the certain mileage you got to reach? Because mine was damn near 120,000, and you hadn't pulled it off yet. It was high mileage. And I know they end up selling these cars. They take them out of commission after a while. But I was just perusing your little list of cars you got for sale because I really wanted to buy that car. I still want to buy that car. I want that particular car. I don't want no another one. I want that one. I'm bonded with that car. That's me. Me and me. That's me and him. That's me. That's me in that car. That's me. We done bonded. I want to buy that car. But you come up with this goddamn bill. I had all intentions of buying that car. I want to buy that car. I want that car. But since I'm throwing out some illegal activity and shit, what if? This is a hypothetical. It's just a hypothetical. Hypothetical. These rideshare companies that they've partnered with to get these rental cars, knowing that these cars are going to accumulate high mileage because you're picking up people and this car is constantly moving. They're going to end up with high mileage. These are high mileage vehicles. Hypothetically, what if when they get these cars and they get ready to sell them, they turn the mileage back, making it look like they low mileage? What if that's what's going on? You got a bunch of high mileage vehicles, and I know they high mileage because I've driven one. I put extremely high mileage on it. But that's because I'm a truck driver. Maybe the rest of them don't drive like me. But eventually those rental cars are going to end up with high mileage. My car was a 2021 Toyota that started out with 62,000 miles when I got it. But when it was turned in, I believe I was damn near at 120,000, and it was due for another oil change. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. What if they're turning the mileage back on these cars and selling them like they got low mileage? It's hypothetical. Because I'm wondering why all this goddamn bullshit going on. Because that would explain some things. You know, what if that's going on? You ever wonder what happens to the rental car after it receives all that high mileage and it goes up for sale? Is it still got that high mileage on it, or is the mileage turned back? I don't know. Because I know my car got extremely high mileage on it. But I've been perusing their website because I want to buy that car. I thought I saw it on their website. But it's several cars like mine at different locations. None of them look like mine. They don't have one of them, the Florida plate ain't the car I had. It's over in Missouri. It's another one in Maryland looked like the car I had. But the front end, the front grill ain't the same. I'm looking for the one with my Florida plate. What if that's hypothetical? Have you ever wondered what happened to those Uber rental cars and all them Lyft cars that we're getting from these rental locations and then putting extremely high mileage on them? Are they being sold with the high mileage on it? I wonder that because I just perused Hertz vehicle sale lists and none of them seem to have high mileage on it. But I know these cars is Uber rental cars. Now, all of them ain't, but I know the majority of these people, it's a lot of people renting Uber rental cars. And I know they got high mileage on them. I got mine in August when it had 60-something thousand miles on it. I turned it in on the 8th. It had over 118, 19, almost close to 120. 120,000 on it. You ever wonder what happened to those cars and they get ready to sell them? Do they still have high mileage on them? Or did they turn them back and sell them like they ain't never been Uber or been a rideshare car with extremely high mileage on it? Just throwing that out there since they like lying to me.